how glorification of the Supreme Lord is important, and what are the qualifications of the speaker, and what are the qualifications of one who hears. So the glorification of the Lord, Gunanuvarda, that we speak or we glorify the Supreme Lord in either poetry or prose, as we have seen during this weekend. And in the beginning, the translation says that it should be in the parampara system. That it should come from, conveyed from spiritual master to the disciple. And if this is the qualification of the speaker, then he has to repeat what he has heard from his spiritual master. And not only that, but if we hear from those who are not coming in parampara, what happens? The analogy is given that it is like drinking milk, which is life-giving, which is touched by the lips of a servant. Milk is life-giving. So similarly, the recitation of the Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam is also life-giving. But if we hear it from the wrong source, someone who has a material motivation, who are attached to material sense gratification, then it can have the opposite effect. So here the warning is given that we should hear in disciplic succession. And not only should we hear in disciplic succession, but also, as Maharaj said yesterday, the spiritual life is not a solo endeavor, right? We march together. So we hear in the association of devotees, because their association will give us the required mercy and credentials to be able to understand this deep subject matter. The reference is given here to how we may ask, why is this important, right? Because it is described that this is the medicine by which we can cross through this ocean of material suffering, Bhava Oshadi. And the physician who gives us this medicine is Lord Chaitanya. In the Antya-lila, this verse is there. Vaigunya Pitta Kalita, Pashudna Virana Pidita, Dainya Narve Nimagnoham, Chaitanya Vaidyam Ashraya. I am infested with the germs of material activity and am suffering from the boils of envy. Therefore, falling in an ocean of humility, I take shelter of the great physician, Dr. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the physician, Lord Chaitanya, but there's another physician. The Bhagavatam is also a physician. And then there's the Sadhu Vaidya. The Bhagavatam, the Chaitanya Charitamrita also refers to Sadhu Vaidya. Brahmite yadi Sadhu Vaidya paye, tanra upadesha mantre pishachi palaye. Wondering and wondering throughout the universe, he may get a chance to get the association of a devotee physician, a Sadhu Vaidya, whose instruction and hymns make the witch of the external energy free. So by association with devotees, we associate with the physician, the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we heard on yesterday how the Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda here are very merciful, right? So we can take shelter of them, and then by the association of the devotees, we can, who are the Sadhu Vaidyas, by this, these are the administrators of the medicine. And if we take the medicine in the association, then we will be able to swim through the material of this ocean of material suffering. And so these are the qualifications of one who takes the medicine. So what are the disqualifications? Who are those who do not take up this medicine or do not take this treatment? And here it is described that one who is Pashuganath. That Pashuganath has two meanings here. One is that like Atmaha in the Upanishad, right? The killer of his own soul, who does not take up the process of Krishna consciousness or is not aware. And the other one is one who kills animals. So, the killer of his soul, one who does not take up Krishna consciousness, and one who is very attached to animal killing, and particularly to cow slaughter. These are the disqualifications for one who does not want to get over or across the material ocean of material suffering. And now that we know the disease, we know the remedy. How do we apply the process? Right? We have been here for this retreat in the last 2 days and today, spending time in a very holy place under the mercy and shelter of the exalted devotees of the Lord, and giving ourselves this time to immerse ourselves in hearing about topics related to Krishna, activities which support our devotional service, which help and nourish us on this path. So how will we take this process and integrate within ourselves? No? Retreats are meant to be places of transformation. It's a place where we will get some information, and that information in this Sangha will help us transform our hearts. So I was thinking that maybe it's a good idea to kind of summarize or what we have learned so far, so we can integrate it within ourselves. And from there we can get nuggets of transformation that we can take with us. So I was, with your permission, I was thinking that we can maybe do a guided meditation about how we can integrate these teachings we have learned so far. Is that okay with everyone? Okay. Okay, so I will ask you all to sit comfortably. First, you may just want to look around you so you feel you know who's around and it won't be difficult or anxiety-ridden. And if you would kindly close your eyes, please. So, so we have entered this BMA retreat in a very holy place in the presence of His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj, who epitomized Vaishnava etiquette and was such a sadhu. In the association of His Holiness Bhakti Swami, the walking and singing monk, who has taught us how to march together in spiritual sangha, and where we are told that Gaur Nitai are in charge and Lord Nityananda is the boss. We learned that the global BMA provides virtual holistic healthcare. And then we learned about 2 keys and 4 questions to be able to reach people: high energy, low toxicity, conflict resolution, lean teams, high signal, low volume, fluid hierarchy, and a nugget from Vaisheshika Prabhu: death consciousness, then soul consciousness, then Krishna consciousness. Then we heard some quotes about successful business practices, especially with instructions from Srila Prabhupada. One which stuck with me was that one should have an independent line of income, which is possible in business only. And then talked about ancillary services which can be introduced. And then we learned about the intercultural translation of biofeedback or biorelaxation. And we also learned about how to bridge the gap. Srila Prabhupada gave us the highest information, the highest goals. He gave us the highest treasure. But we have to learn to build the steps or the stairs which help us reach that highest goal. Then we learned about the GA2 study results, about this Pashudna, how the incidents, the horrendous numbers of suicide in doctors and addiction, and how this population has 3 times the problems of the general population. We then learned about tax strategies and how to conserve our wealth so that we can use it in spreading this movement and taking care of those who are dependent on us. And then we learned about some internal purification methods also: intermittent fasting, periodic fasting, circadian rhythm eating. Along with that, we learned about intermittent AI, about ChatGPT, Perplexity AI, Microsoft Copilot Free, which is a free um, app that we can use. And we learned about the benefits of a plant-based diet and the problems with the American standard diet. And then we had such beautiful kirtans. We learned, or we can go back to that coordinated rhythmic kirtan, which was like wheat stalks swaying in the wind. We went on nature walks, we relished beautiful prasadam, and we had full association with devotees and engaged in the loving exchanges with the devotees. However, there may be some things that we may have not paid so much attention to, and today we will learn some more about some more things or some nuggets we can take with us. So, when we leave today, imagine that we are going to fly back to our homes. You have already boarded the airplane, you put on your seat belt, and now the flight is on its way. And we are thinking about all these nuggets of wisdom we have gleaned from all the sadhus who are associated here, and from the mercy which has come from this holy place. And as we are going along this way, suddenly the intercom system goes ching, 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 and the announcement comes. Ladies and gentlemen, please return to your seats and please put on your seatbelts, fasten your seatbelts. So we are broken from our reverie of going through what we have learned and come back to the present. And suddenly the plane begins to shake and shudder. We are thrown forward and backwards. It tilts to one side and tilts to the other side, and everyone is shocked. After some time, a very grave voice comes over the intercom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are having some flight trouble, and we will have to make an emergency landing. So, what do you see in this moment? What do you see in your mind's eye? What do you hear? Do you hear people screaming? Do you hear people panicking? Do you hear people calling on the holy name? What do you hear? What do you feel? What are your emotions when you are shattered from your reverie or from your recollection? What prayers do you make? What thoughts come to your mind? Please take some time to understand or to notice what comes to our mind. What prayers are we making? I will give you a few minutes or a minute to think. What are we seeing? Where is our attention going? What are we taking shelter of? Who or what are we reaching for? What nuggets from this retreat have stuck with us? Okay, so I will bring you back to the present. We realize that this was a situation which now abates. And we have noticed what emotions, what thoughts went through us. And if you will kindly slowly open your eyes, and who would like to share what was the experience? Yes, Prasad.
Please bring the other.
very grateful that we were just in a retreat before this happened.
The experience in one word is wow, because most of the times we are so busy in everyday activities. We never take time to just close eyes and what we accomplished. So just 10 minutes before I entered into this room, I am talking with Pon Chand Prabhu, how is the retreat and what is it. And I have a feeling, oh, we didn't do properly, something is lacking, because I never have time to internalize what went through. But through this guided meditation, finally have a time to close my eyes for 3 minutes and hear from you what happened. And at the time of death, there are some days worth living, right? Out of all the time you spent, maybe 100 days or maybe 10 days. So what you said is like everything is there in Saturday, what we accomplished for life. That's my realization, and the way you mentioned, so those are my feelings. And in the coaching, this is what we do for other people also. Hey, people are running in their careers, but stop. You are doing great things. Why don't you close your eyes? And I am here to listen, but you gave an opportunity to do that. Thank you so much. So those are my feelings, and I will give other people the opportunity to talk.
Thank you for sharing. Maharaj had his hand up. Thank you for this, providing this space and this time for us to go inwards, like you said. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. I was picturing myself after the emergency message went out. I was thinking, praying to Radha Gopinath, my deities, that if we land either in water or crash on trees on land, give me the strength to be able to get out of this aircraft and take some people with me. And if we land in water, hopefully my dhoti will stay on.
Thank you. So the perennial preacher, Maharaj, would try to help himself and help others, take others with us, march together.
So we are sharing something from the retreat, right? What we are taking back.
What's that?
You know, I have this, first of all, I want to express my gratitude. You know, I just feel so grateful to be here with the devotees. I was actually working night shifts prior to coming. So I was working nights, sleeping during the days, you know, and then I came to D-Land. So as we were coming, we came in the morning on Friday, and Lalita was really hungry. And so Lalita said, Prem, should we eat like a bagel or something before we go to the temple? And we said, okay, we're going to the temple, there will be some prasadam. And we came here, and the breakfast was over, but Mother Rajrani, you know, who's doing the arati right now, they made us hot rotis, and there was a little bit of sabji left. And with the love they served us, it was like, it's going to stay with me for the rest of my life.
Thank you.
I just want to share a couple more things. It was, and me and Lalita were reflecting on that. And, you know, we were so grateful to her. And we saw her seva here in the community. And I want to express my gratitude to Maharaj. He's been there with us, our loving father and our guide. Since I started my Krishna conscious journey, he's always there with us. And I also want to express my gratitude to Mother Guru Bhakti and Kalapanta Guru. And then I was talking to Gokula Rani, right? Gokula Priya. And she was telling me, how her and her husband, they are doing this preaching in Boca Raton, in Florida, where they have, 50, 60 people come every week to their home. And I was thinking that, how Lord Chaitanya is empowering people in so many different ways. Sometimes big temples don't get, people coming. And they are doing it from their own home and they're so busy. And, I saw her serving prasadam every single time, right? That left such a deep impression on my heart. So I just feel deeply grateful to Prasanatma Prabhu as well, and all the devotees who made presentations, and everybody here who's present here. So those are the things which really touched me.
Thank you. Can you have one more, maybe from the ladies? Is that okay to put you on the spot? Okay. Just one thing. What was one thought you had if you had to make our life is in danger? What was the thought that came?
Thank you, Mataji, first of all, for the wonderful class and the shloka, the wonderful meditation. The very first thought that came to my mind as soon as I heard the hypothetical flight announcement was I felt extreme fear. I was very fearful, very stressed, very anxious, like my life flashing in front of me, and some confusion as to, how I'm going to, what am I going to do and what's going to happen next. It was just having come, from this wonderful retreat, and having been blessed with, chanting of holy name. That was pretty much the first thing that came to my mind. I was actually reflecting, I don't know if devotees are aware, there was this wonderful pastime which was being circulated around about 8 to 40. And I can't recall where she was, but she was talking about a near-death experience and the only thing she could remember during that near-death experience was the times when she had deeply focused on the holy names and very genuinely chanted the holy names. And I was trying to, through all that anxiety and chaos and fear that was circulating in the air, I was trying to focus and bring myself to concentrate on, those moments where I have genuinely and honestly and in a prayerful mode chanted holy names, and trying to bring my mind to that along those lines. But of course, for the retreat, grateful for the retreat is